it's Meridy here, and I'm here with Not Just for Boys Kit Club. And today we are going to make the layout that goes with the Soak Up the Sun kit. And first, let me show you what's included in your kit. So first of all, you're going to get one page of instructions. They're color instructions front and back. And I'm not showing that in this video, but you're going to get a page of instructions with your kit. And then you're going to get the following embellishments. You're going to get a Pink Fresh Some Days mini puffy alpha sticker sheet. This is so cute. And a Pink Fresh Some Days enamel dots. Yeah, they match really, really good. I love those. And a Cartabella ephemera from Beach Party, the new Beach Party line. And it has all kinds of goodies for summertime, sunshine, popsicles, all kinds of things, sunny days. There's 33 pieces there. And then you're going to get one cardstock cut designed by Paige Evans of the Sunburst. So you're gonna have one Sunburst cardstock cut on white. And then you're gonna get the following papers. You're going to get one of this Endless Summer by Echo Park. And this one is called 3x4 journaling cards. And you're gonna get another sheet of Endless Summer by Echo Park multi-journaling cards because they're different sizes on the back. That cute little pineapple pattern on the B side. And another Endless Summer paper called Beach Towel that has little crab, tone-on-tone crabs on one side and stripes on the other. And you're going to get a Designer Solids by Cartabella of Farm to Table, and it's red and yellow. So it's yellow on one side and red on the other. And then you're gonna get another Designer Solids from Summertime, Echo Park Summertime, and it's dark blue and light blue. So you have dark blue on one side and light blue on the other. And then you're also going to get 2 sheets of smooth white cardstock. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is on your instruction sheet, there are cutting guides, how you cut all the papers down. And that's the first thing that you're going to want to do is go cut all the papers down according to the directions on your instruction sheet. And I'm going to go do that right now, and I will be right back. First thing you're going to do is start with this cut file. And as you can see, my cut file is slightly off center. Like the border right here and down here are thinner than this border and this border. But that is fine because we are actually going to trim down this whole cut file so it has even borders on all 4 sides because it's going to be matted on a solid color of cardstock. So I would say trim down the border on your cut file to about, it's probably about 1/3 of an inch that I'm making this border. And I'm just gonna trim up all 4 sides, I think. Actually, I don't need to really trim this side, but I'm gonna trim 3 of the 4 sides so that they look pretty even. I'll show you what I mean. See, all 4 of these borders around here look even now. And so that's the first thing that you're going to want to do. And your cut file is going to lay this way. So this one piece that has like the triangle cut out of the edge, see how these corners don't have a piece? This corner goes in the bottom right. That's how you can tell if you've got it laid the right way. So if you've got it laid up there, that's incorrect with that arrow thing. So that arrow thing is gonna go to the bottom right. And in order to back this cut file, we're gonna get some of the papers that we cut. And what we did is cut papers into strips to use just for backing. So this pineapple paper, for instance, needs to always face, you know, up and down. You can't just squeeze as many rays on here as you can because then the pineapples would be upside down. So we're gonna start with the pineapple paper, and this is the biggest piece of the pineapple paper that you cut. It's the top 6 inches that you cut off this piece. So we're gonna start right there. And the rays that I use this pineapple paper for is this ray right here, this one up here, and this one down here. So I'm just gonna take a pencil so I don't forget what I'm doing, and I'm gonna put a little mark by all 3 rays that are gonna be filled in with pineapples. Okay. And in order, you could do this 2 different ways. You can either trace onto the correct side of this pineapple paper, which I don't want to do. I'm going to pay attention to where my line, which rays I'm cutting, and I'm gonna flip this upside down. I'm gonna remark it. I knew it was that one, and okay, this one. I got a little bit backwards here, guys. This one down here and this one up here. So when your paper is backwards and upside down, it's this ray that's going right here, this one that's going to the top of this side right here, and this one that's going down here. Okay? Now, we're also going to flip the pineapple paper over so we don't draw on this side. But we're going to keep it always straight, so that way I know the pattern is straight. And I'm going to trace the first ray that I want. This way, no pencil marks will be showing. You don't have to worry about erasing things or making a mistake. So I traced this ray, I traced this ray, and then I'm going to move this up and trace that ray. Okay, so I've got all three of my rays cut or traced. Now I'm gonna just cut them, and I'm not gonna cut exactly on the line I traced. I'm gonna give it a little border because I want something to be able to glue down to the back side of the file. So I'm gonna hold this close to the camera in just a second so you can see exactly what I'm doing. This just is like a bunch of measure twice, cut once. See, that's where I traced the ray, and then I just made my cut a little bit outside. So this is a lot of make sure you're doing the right ray, make sure you're tracing the right thing before you actually cut this paper. It's not a difficult file to back. It's just a little confusing when we flip it upside down, but that's the easiest way to cut it without having to worry about erasing pencil lines. So if you prefer to trace it and cut it on the correct side, like on this side, I would just draw real light with pencil and try to erase it. And don't erase too much or it could erase the color off of the paper. Okay, so we've got these like this, and we're gonna adhere them down. And I'm going to use this Zig two-way glue. And I'm just gonna put the glue on the cut file, a thin little strip, and then I'm going to adhere my paper. Just let it sit. Same over here, I'm gonna put the glue on the cut file as close as I can get to the edge so that the paper gets a little bit in that glue, the paper that we've cut. And I am not gonna make you watch this whole entire file getting backed, but I am gonna tell you which, I'm gonna explain which paper to use and which rays get which colors if you wanna make yours exactly like the example. Let me just show you what we've got so far so you can understand. So this is upside down. So when we flip it right, the rays are showing. And the pineapples are all up and down because of the way we laid them out on the paper. Okay, I'm gonna show you this from the front. So you've got this smaller piece of red paper that you cut, it's 4 inches wide. That red is going to fill this ray right here, this ray down here, and this ray right here with the red. You've got this blue, it's the top 4 cards from that paper. And it doesn't matter which direction this goes in. You don't have to keep it straight because this doesn't have a specific side up. So the blue fills in this ray right here, this ray right here, and this one that points to the corner, and this little one right here. And then the last paper that you have is this beach stripe paper. And I liked mine to be, I'm gonna do this. I liked mine to be like the direction that So it's like coming out of the middle. So when I do this one right here, I'll show you what I mean. I want the stripes to be going that way in this one. And when I do this one right here, I want the stripes to be going up and down. And when I do this one down here, I want the stripes to be going sideways. So you're gonna have to turn this and adjust it as you're cutting. So let's do this one next. We're gonna flip this over. I know I want that one. I know I want this one. And I know I want this one. So I'm gonna start with the largest one, and I know I want my stripes going up and down on this long one. So I'm, again, tracing on the back side. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut this out just so it's easier for me to play with this scrap of paper if I cut it out. Then I know exactly what I have left. Okay, so that one's gonna go here, and then this one up here, and I want the stripes to be going like a sun, like radiating from the middle. I guess that's the way. So I will move that paper like that. And cut that one out. And then finally, so that's up there. And then finally this piece right here, and I know I want the stripes to be going sideways underneath there. So I'll keep my paper going sideways. Whoa. Come on, it's getting stuck there. And I'll cut this one out. And then I'm gonna glue these down so you can also see. And then I will go ahead and fill the rest of the little rays off camera so you don't have to watch that, because the yellow paper or the red paper and the blue paper are pretty straightforward and simple. There's not a pattern that matters which direction it's going. And this, backing this cut file is definitely the most tedious part of this layout, but it isn't difficult. It's just, like I said, a lot of measure once, or measure twice, cut once, just a lot of paying attention to what direction the paper is going and how you have your file laid out and how you're tracing it. And it is a little more confusing, like I said, tracing on the back side, but it also is very clean. So that's, see how the stripes radiate out from the middle when I adjusted the paper. Okay, so I'm gonna go back the rest of this cut file with this red and this blue, and I will be right back. All right, friends, so I've got this file backed, and let me also tell you, if you need to fudge a little because you cut something a little off, this whole inside piece right here is gonna be covered by a picture. So it's okay if these aren't filled in. Like if you messed up and you need to just have a portion of these rays done, this inside bit around this little center point is the part that is all gonna be covered up. So as long as your exterior rays are looking good, that's all that matters. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do then, the next part, is back this onto this paper that you've gutted. And the nice thing about this paper is it's double-sided, so depending on your pictures and the colors in your pictures, you can either mat it on the red side or you can mat it on the yellow side. And I'm going to mat mine on the yellow side. So all I'm gonna do is just put a little adhesive on all four sides of this gutted paper and go ahead and mat that down. And that is going to serve as the base of the left-hand side of your layout. If I could get this going straight here. Great. So as you may have known from watching my videos in the past, instead of using photos on my videos, I use a little piece of white cardstock, and it represents my 4x6 photo. So we're gonna have a 4x6 photo. And then you've got a couple of sheets of white cardstock in your kit. You're gonna grab one of those sheets and just mat your 4x6 photo right on that sheet. So I'm gonna mat this real quick and I'll be right back. So I've matted my photo on white cardstock. I know it's kind of hard to tell in this video, but you have a lot of white cardstock left. So on the other half of this layout, I do not mat my pictures, but if you are someone who loves to have all of your pictures matted, you're gonna wanna save this for the other half of the layout to mat those photos. Okay, so we've got this one photo matted, and then we've got this one piece of blue. It's navy on one side and teal light blue on the other. You can use whichever side you want. If you want to use the teal side, if you want to use the navy side, it's all coordinating, all the papers. So you can kind of have a little bit of freedom there. And then you've got this bigger sheet of red with yellow, and you're gonna cut this sheet down. You're gonna cut a piece that's 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches out of this. So I cut the 6.5 inches off one side. So it was like this. I cut the 4.5 inch by 6.5 inch piece right here. And then you've got this leftover little piece. You've got two little pieces. This one we don't need, but this leftover one, you're just gonna flip it over, and that's gonna serve as the mat under here. I wanted to do that on camera so I didn't confuse you that you were missing a piece of paper or anything like that. All right, so we've got these pictures, so let's mat them. And I'm gonna kind of mat mine at a little angle. I mat the red first so I can see it on all 4 sides, but it's a little crooked. But then the blue, those are the same size. This blue paper and this red paper are the same size, so you won't be able to see it. So I'm gonna pull it out a little and angle it a little to mat on the blue. So the blue isn't gonna show on all 4 sides. It's just gonna kind of be hanging out on 2 sides. And then the yellow, I'm gonna do the same idea, just angle it a little so it's just sticking out a little bit. And that way it like bulks up the layers, adds more colors, everything. But when I adhere my picture to the layout, I want my picture to be straight and square. So the layers behind it are the crooked things, but my picture is straight and square, and it's gonna go right over the center point. Yeah, so let's see here, it looks about right. So just like that. And the next thing that we're gonna do is grab our ephemera pack, and let's pull out some goodies from here. So on my layout, I used, they're all buried, what I used. I used Hello Summer. I used, let's see, Refresh and Chill. I used, I'm getting to it. Oh, I used this little frame. I used this turtle. I thought he was so cute, just chilling. And Sun and Fun I used down here, and a beach ball I used down here. Let's see, what else did I use? I think that's it that I used on this side. And then I also grabbed my cut aparts, and I just used this Hello Sunshine right there, and I fussy cut that Hello Sunshine out. So, okay, I've got that fussy cut out. And this little tag, I'm gonna cut off about the bottom quarter of it. I'm just gonna trim it right off because I'm gonna use it in 2 places on this layout. And we can start adhering. And we're gonna start in the back and move our way up to the front. So this Hello Summer is going to adhere first. And as always, I did apply a few things with dimensional adhesive, like I usually do. And I will tell you when we get to those. So Hello Sunshine is just gonna wedge in there. And this little quarter of a tag, will just stick out right there. And then since this is sticking out right here, I used the beach ball to cover up that portion so it doesn't look like it's just floating and cut off. So we put the beach ball. And then I did pop this Sun and Fun up on dimension. So that's what's on dimension on that side. And then up here, I popped up this little turtle on dimension. So we can adhere the rest down. This tag that we cut, and Refresh and Chill that we cut. And then I will grab my dimensional adhesive to pop both of these things up. And I'm just gonna put a couple pieces for the sake of this video, so you don't have to sit here watching me peel adhesive. But in real life, I would have added a couple more pieces in those empty spots. So that's popped up, and then this little turtle guy is popped up. He's so cute. And then the last thing for this side of the layout is going to be to add enamel dots. I love enamel dots so much. And I used 3 enamel dots at a time, 3 different sizes in each little area. So I put a medium, I'll call them small, medium, large, extra large. So I used a large yellow one there, a medium light blue one there, and then a small pink one right there. And then I used an extra large of the light teal right here, and then a large of this orangey red color, and then a small of the the darkest teal down there. And then I used an extra large orange one up here. Extra large orange one, and a large of the darkest teal, and then a small of the little yellow one right here. Okay, so I just did 3 sections of 3 enamel dots, and I varied the sizes and the colors. And then finally, we can add a title, and I'm gonna title this Soak Up the Sun with these amazing alphabet stickers by Pink Fresh. So we will start here, Soak Up the Sun. And I'm gonna kind of fast forward through this so you don't have to watch me put them all down. And then we will start on the next page. All right, so I added my title, and now let's work on the right-hand side of this layout. Okay, for the right-hand side, we're gonna start with this white piece of cardstock, and none of this is actually going to show. This is just what we're using to keep everything together. And we're gonna use that strip of the stripe paper and this strip of the teal paper. If you wanted, you could use the navy blue side. And the strip of the pineapples. Okay, and then we're gonna use 4 photographs on this side. And again, my photographs are gonna be represented by these. And if you want, you have plenty of this piece of cardstock left. You can mat these 4 photos on white. If you do that, you're gonna wanna trim your photos down a little, otherwise they're not gonna fit. So we can go ahead and start adhering. And this stripe paper just butts all the way up to the top of the page, like that. And this light blue paper, or navy, whichever color you choose to use down here, butts all the way up to the bottom of the page. And what I'm gonna do is adhere my photos next, so I know exactly where to put this strip. So I'm gonna adhere my photos next, and I just want them just barely overlapping this paper. And And I'm not adhering them all the way down on the edges right now because I want to be able to slide this paper up underneath the pictures. So I'm just putting a tiny bit of adhesive, and then I can go back and add more adhesive in the end. And I just want a little bit of this pineapple paper to show. It's maybe about 1/2 inch showing. Just like that. Now I can go ahead and put a little more adhesive on all these pictures so they're not spinning around. Okay. And then you will notice that there's maybe possibly a little bit of white paper showing on the side here. You just are going to want to trim that off on your paper trimmer. So I got rid of that little white tiny bit showing. And from here, you are going to want to grab these cut aparts, and I chose the one that said Summer Days, and I fussy cut that out. So I'm gonna do that, and I will be right back when I get this fussy cut out. All right, so I got the Summer Days fussy cut out, and then there's a little pineapple on this page, this little pineapple right here, and I'm also going to fussy cut that little pineapple out to use as an embellishment. Okay, great, so I have both of those. And now I'm going to grab the rest of the ephemera that I'm using. I'm gonna use this Soaking Up the Summer Fun and Summer Days. And then I'm gonna use all these little flags. And I'm going to adhere these down. Oh, I'm missing a little flag. Oh, there it is. Okay, and I'm gonna adhere these down. And the only thing that I'm gonna pop up on dimensional adhesive this time is the Summer Days, not the pineapple, just the Summer Days, and then the Soaking Up the Summer Fun. So I'm gonna get those down. And like I said, I'm putting dimensional adhesive on these two items. And then we're gonna come in and just finish this layout up by adding enamel dots. You can also, right down here, you have space to put the date using your alphabet thickers. If you wanna add the date or a subtitle or something down here using the alphabet puffy stickers that you have. So you can add that down here if you'd like. And then I used a large yellow enamel dot there, a medium of the medium color blue enamel dot there, and a small of this orangish one at the bottom. And then I used an extra large of the darkest blue right there, and then the large of the orangey color, and a medium of the pink right up there. And that pretty much wraps up this layout. Like I said, it wasn't very hard putting the layout together once you have your starburst side put together. You know, after that, everything kind of moved smoothly. So here is the whole layout, and you can see some still shots after this video. You can also see a photo of this layout on the bottom of your instruction sheet, so you can use that to refer back and forth to, and it's still on our website underneath the listing for the Soak Up the Sun kit. We'll always have pictures up on our website for you to refer back to even after the kit has sold out. And our design team is going to be using this kit to put together some unique layouts, not following my directions, but their own unique take on these supplies. And you can see those on our Instagram page at Not Just For Boys Kit Club, and on our Facebook community page. It's a Not Just For Boys Kit Club community group. And we'd love to have you there. See you later. Thank you. Bye.